Hi, so here I am with Natasha, who is a fabulous, relatively new Nia teacher. Yeah, but I think you have a lot of background in this area. And so I'd love you to share a little bit more about who you are and what you offer. And then I'm curious to know how has doing the Nia training online been for you? And also specifically, how about the green belt? Are you glad that you're on the course?
Thank you, Helen. Yes, absolutely. So, yeah, my name's Natasha. I live in Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. And my background is in holistic nutrition. So, I've been working in that industry for about 20 years, consulting, educating. I'm currently running the education initiative at the Natural Food Pantry, one of Ottawa's largest health food stores. And I have a little bit of background in movement. When I was a teenager, I did baton twirling, and really got into that from the time I was 10 until 20. Took it to a competitive level and had a lot of fun with that. I really enjoyed it. It was a special sort of aspect of my life. And from there, I really kind of detached from, well, not completely. I mean, I did some fitness classes and aerobics and stuff throughout my 20s and 30s, but ended up having three kids and lacked, I shouldn't say lacked, but definitely wasn't engaged in any formal type of dance or exercise or movement. So it wasn't until 3 years ago that I was introduced to Nia. And my first experience with Nia was an online class with Nancy Hanlon in Nova Scotia. And it moved me to tears. It came into my life at a really critical time. I was moving through a lot personally, and it just felt so incredible to get back to dance and movement and reconnect with my body. So that was a really pivotal experience for me, and that was the seed that the Nia seed that was planted for me. And from there, I investigated classes here in Ottawa, started playing around with those a little bit, and then learned that Martha Randall was coming to Ottawa to do a white belt training and thought, oh my gosh, it doesn't happen in Ottawa very often, so I've got to jump on board and do this. And I did that. And that was an incredible experience for me as well, about a year and a half ago. So yeah, so from there, I continued to practice through Nia TV and knew that I wanted to become a teacher and knew that I wanted to grow my training and my practice, and just started teaching about 5 weeks before the green belt came up. An opportunity came up for me to teach some Nia classes outside at a new wellness center right in my community. And I stepped into that and found my element. Like that was, it just felt so good to bring Nia to the community and dance and move with people and lead the classes. So when the opportunity came up to do a belt online, I was a little bit torn between green and blue or retaking white. I actually registered to retake white with Martha alongside green with you. And but then once I got into the curriculum and saw what was involved, I decided for me it would be best just to concentrate on one right now, because I do work full time and have three kids and I'm teaching Nia, and I really wanted to dive into the material and really get a good hold on it. If I had already done green, maybe I would consider doing the two at once, but because I was new to it, I really just wanted to take full advantage of that one belt experience. So yeah, here I am. We're almost through now, and it's been an incredible experience. I love in person. Don't get me wrong. Like there's something really magical and intimate about being together in a space, in you know immersed in the experience for a concentrated 7 days. But the online trainings, they have their advantages too. I love how it's stretched out over 12 to 16 weeks. So it gives us time to really explore the material and the learnings and the lessons, and infuse our life and our classes with those lessons. And given the time with COVID and everything, I think a lot of people are feeling disconnected from one another. You know, we're not getting together as frequently. We're not here anyway in Ontario. We're not allowed to get together in large groups. So being together online is really helpful, I think, for our mental health. So it's kept me connected with my love and my passion for Nia, and connected with the community, and enhanced my learning as well. My teachings have been on pause for a little bit because of COVID. We've had some restrictions in the province, but I'm going to be stepping back into teaching next week. So I get to put into practice everything I've learned, and there's been so much. It's been so rich. I'm amazed at the curriculum. I'm absolutely blown away by Debbie Rosa's and yourself. I love the podcasts and the recordings, and I really appreciate how we can all do as much or as little, the tight but loose, right? Like we can really immerse ourselves in the curriculum, and there's so much material that we could spend hours and hours per week learning and engaging. But for those who don't have that time, 2 hours a week on the call is plenty.
Wow, you share so eloquently. I appreciate how I feel like you can inspire others with your journey, in that really it's been a relatively short Nia journey so far. And how lucky you were that Martha Randall, who's a fabulous Nia trainer, coming to Ottawa. I mean, when we're doing trainings in person, I think it's wonderful when a trainer is traveling and you get to do that locally. And then crazy timing, yeah, that you were teaching right before, like you got a couple of lessons in before you came to the Green Belt. So timing wise for you, was that helpful? Like, are you glad that you'd had a little bit of practice before you came into the Green Belt? And now that you're going to be starting classes again in person, how is it for you getting to apply what you're learning straight into teaching?
I think it's aligned so perfectly for me. It couldn't have been more perfect. Having those few class experiences beforehand have been really helpful. And then having the pause so I can really explore the material, and now being able to apply it, I think it's been critical for me. And I enjoy doing it again. I look forward to doing it again. I mean, I feel like the doing it online is definitely it's enough. Like, I don't feel like I need to do it again, or explore it more, or experience more. However, I can't wait to do it in person as well. And I know that through my Nia journey, I'll be doing each of the belts a few times over at least. So yeah, I was just practicing for my class next week yesterday, and it was really cool to observe myself and witness myself noticing and being aware of some of the learnings that we had at Green Belt, like specifically around the fans. I really noticed when I was doing the routines, flexibility, agility. So it's really neat to be able to experience that now that I'm going back to teaching.
Oh, I love hearing how you're applying things so rapidly and so well. And that links with my next question, is like, you manage so much, like with your profession, your full-time working, you're passionate about what you're doing. You have 3 kids as well, and you're teaching Nia classes, and you're doing this course online. What can you share with people about, like, how do you find balance with all of that?
I think it is what balances me. I'm the type of person that really needs to be doing things that I feel passionate about. And so I've always been really mindful of infusing my work and my life and my parenting with things that make me feel alive and passionate. And I'm also very sensitive to stress. So I go out of balance very easily. And so I have to practice these self-care practices in order to maintain sanity and to be a good mom and to be stable through these times. So as sort of contrary as it sounds, I think it is engaging these activities and pieces in my life that really keep me in balance and keep me healthy.
Well, it's a beautiful lifestyle, and you model it so well. So
Aw,
thank you
thank
for being
you.
on the course. Something I like is the opportunity on these courses that we get to meet people from all over the world. I mean, you're in Canada and I'm here in Texas, and how great that we got to connect this way. And I hope it's the beginning of several times where we get to connect. I love that you're still already casting, coming to Soma Ranch in person. But yeah,
Oh,
what a great way to connect. It's been a pleasure to meet you. And thank you so much for sharing how you do this. So inspiring.
thank you. You've been such an inspiration for me. You know, you are such a fantastic teacher. You're so skilled and knowledgeable. I love how you blend science and health and healing and, you know, the magic of movement and Nia together so beautifully. And I think the one thing, if I had to pick one thing that I've gained from this, or one piece that's really, you know, struck me or stuck with me, it's your gift and talent for being so creative and flexible with the routines. Before I stepped into this experience, I like to teach routines, you know, to the T, and keep the choreography really tight, and partly because I'm a new teacher. um, but it's really inspired me to see how you can take one routine like Ignite and turn it into so many different experiences. So
Yeah.
amazing.
Oh, well, that's lovely. Well, thank you for sharing. I think also part of that is for me giving appreciation to the work of Nia Technique, how there really is something for everybody with Nia. And I truly, part of my philosophy is everybody is unique. And so therefore, everybody teaches in a unique way. And how great that Debbie Rosas, founder of Nia, was so visionary that she's created this movement arts program that truly allows everybody to have room to truly be them, you know, to shine and to be unique. And at the same time, there's a fantastic program that we can deliver, and how we get to learn more about that in the Green Belt. And so I'm glad that you like my style of teaching. And I think it's also that thing of, I think we can both celebrate for all trainers and teachers that NIA is a movement arts program where there's something for everybody and everybody can find their way of teaching and training. So yeah. Yeah,
Absolutely.
that is so great. Well, enjoy your family. I'm glad you took a little time here out of important family times to share. And you're such an inspiration to many people, including me. So I hope you'll be sharing your information, everybody. I'll include information about Natasha on the link we're going to include on this recording. And future looks bright with your teaching. I wish you well, and I look forward to hearing. Your classes are in person next week, yeah?
Yes, yes. Saturdays and Thursday nights. So yeah, I can't wait to be with people again. Small groups,
Yeah, but it's good. It's a start, yeah. The
for
future.
sure.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, and well done with all your teaching.
Thank you. Thank you, Helen.